Welcome everyone to Sanity Lost, episode whatever we're on. I forgot already, but hey,
8.
Oh, is that what it is? I've been thinking chapter part, which yeah, that would be 8. I'm your keeper. I'm saying pain because we went on for far too long and we got some issues that we were talking about in the 10 minutes that we had waiting for stuff to render and all that. Yeah. So apparently, if you coat foods with things, they're not considered foods.
That's not what I was saying.
That's exactly what you were saying.
No.
Yep. Go ahead. Defend yourself, non-food coder.
Well, what I was actually saying is that if you have to coat food to eat it, then it's not good food. Like if you have to coat it, then you shouldn't eat it. That is my point.
How many
donuts?
Donuts don't have to be coated.
How many foods do you have to coat in heat to have it?
Oh my gosh! Are you telling me
I rest my case
that you only coated your Spam in heat?
Do you eat fried rice?
I mean, is that all you coated your Spam in? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about having to coat Spam.
Is great.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he had for dinner. Own.
You can have all of my Spam.
Oh, good. I'll take it.
I don't have any.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that you don't like tofu either.
So I do like tofu.
Lies.
Sometimes.
You got to coat that to eat it too.
No, not always. Silken tofu is like eating. Well, I don't like eating butter. We had that conversation last time. But it's like cream cheese. Actually, I have it in a poke bowl, and it's so good.
You eat
and
cream
it's
cheese
not coated
straight?
in anything. I mean, not really, but I like the texture of it.
So I mean, I'd be more inclined.
Cheesy soap? Is that what you said cream cheese is like?
I'd be more inclined to try the tofu than the Spam.
Yeah, I don't hate tofu, but Spam, maybe it's just that I don't know what tofu is, but isn't tofu just soy? Spam is like weird animal parts.
Everything's weird animal parts.
Not tofu.
I was gonna say not tofu, it's literally soy.
Almost everything. Do you eat hot dogs? That's weird animal parts.
I don't, because it's weird animal parts. And I don't eat scrapple, which for those people who know me and know that I'm from Delaware will be appalled because that is a Delaware must. But scrapple is gross.
Yeah. It's like a Philadelphian must as well. And
yeah.
Just,
nope.
Let's see. What is also just combinations of meats?
Bologna is all bunches of gross meats.
Lebanon bologna, on the other hand, is really tasty.
Is it?
It's more like it's more in the salami category.
Okay. Is salami all sorts of like ground up meat parts?
I mean, sausage is
usually cured to some extent.
That is true.
Yeah, I do.
Sausage is just gourmet hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
What about kielbasa?
Still a sausage.
It's like a big sausage.
Last time I looked things up, it took too long.
That's true. You're not allowed to look things up right now. All right, viewers, let us know. What of our favorite foods are just gross combinations of things?
Almost everything.
What is your favorite gross food?
Think about it. Like, this is something I genuinely wonder about. Is like, who was the first person to like look at milk and be like, yeah, I want to taste that. I want that in my mouth.
It's true. It is a little bit weird.
Hey, that hard thing that came out of that chicken's butt. Oh,
let's eat it.
Let's give that a little lick. Huh?
Well, actually, I have to crack it open.
How many people did before they knew that? How long did we go before we learned to peel a banana instead of before eating it?
Probably not too many times because banana peels are not easy to eat.
There's a better question. Who the heck thought, hey, I'm going to have this monkey digest coffee and then I'm going to feel around in its feces to make coffee?
It's a cat, but yes,
whatever.
I agree.
That's the same thing. Let me have poop water.
The civet coffee. And no, I'm not particularly a fan of.
but
I
you
haven't
know what?
tried it, but
Not everyone drinks that. That's not a common thing.
You know what that is? It's bean water coated in poop.
I don't drink it.
well, I mean that's a couple of stages prior to it becoming bean water, but
Poop water. Butt water. Hey everyone, it's late here.
Oh.
Just
That's a
listeners
completely
on
different
by the
argument.
second.
Hey listeners,
Hopefully.
did you want to roll your own sanity checks? Well,
Yeah.
guess what?
Well, when we say sanity lost, we're not talking about ours. Ours is already long gone.
Yeah, they already accepted playing games with me, and so you know that there's already loss. Yeah. Well, I didn't think of a fun Thanksgiving question, so I don't know. The only thing that popped in my head was like, I don't know.
What's a family Thanksgiving tradition?
Showing up. That was one. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here. We'll have to make this quick. You can't go like over a minute. Okay. So
Speed run.
yes, we're gonna introduce ourselves and then what childhood Thanksgiving like thing do you remember? Okay. Like when you think of childhood Thanksgiving, what pops in your head? All right, gotta keep it quick. I'll keep mine real quick. I'll start it real quick. Hey, I'm Payne. I'm the keeper of this homebrewed campaign of Call of Cthulhu, and the thing that I remember when I was younger is making hand turkeys, where you take your hand, trace it. That didn't go well for the audio. You put your hand on the piece of paper, and then you trace it. Ooh, and I punched my mic, and then from there you put a little face on the thumb, and then you paint everything different colors, and you had a turkey.
Love it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll this die, and I'm gonna determine. Hey, Nite, who's yours?
I'm Nite. I play Caleb, and childhood Thanksgiving thing would be the feeling of pride when you graduate from the kids' table up to the big table.
Oh, that's a good one. Like that one.
I've never been.
So large family growing up with Thanksgiving
Yep.
stuff. The kids would all have their own little table that for the
Yep.
kids, and
For sure.
all the grown-ups had their big table, and when you finally graduated up to the big table, that you knew you were getting big.
And
Yep.
you realized it's boring. All right. Well, non-food coder Elizabeth, what about you? What are you eating over there, or memory?
Hi everybody. What am I eating? I'm Elizabeth. I play Cora, and this is not a every year memory, but one year my parents took it on themselves to create a gingerbread turkey, and it was like 3D and stood up on your face. It was magnificent. It was probably like this big. Like it was huge, and they like cemented this thing together, and it was the centerpiece of our all edible, decorated beautifully. It was the centerpiece of our Thanksgiving table, and then it stuck around for the next 6 months because you weren't allowed to touch it or eat it, and we also weren't going to throw it away. So
Are there pictures?
I'm sure there are pictures. I would have to ask my mom, but I'm sure there are pictures.
Post that in the Discord.
Okay.
If you think about it,
be a few weeks
when it actually gets to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving project.
Yeah, well, we'll have to just remind you close to Thanksgiving, so that way your mom isn't like, "Oh, hey, we did it again this year."
Oh no, that would be rough.
Well, John, what is your high school, not high school, any childhood memory of Thanksgiving?
So back when I was real little, my mom homeschooled us for the first couple of years of school. And so one of our projects at Thanksgiving was we would put on a puppet show of the pilgrims coming and meeting the Indians. And we made these puppets out of paper bags. So we had like paper bag puppets and like all kinds of other like set stuff. And every Thanksgiving, my mom would like make us put on this little puppet show for the family or whoever was there. And she like was really into it, and we really weren't into it. And it was one of those things that lasted probably way, way too long until all the stuff started like falling apart, and then she finally let it die. But
You never remade them?
no, I don't think we did. We weren't like in homeschool at that point, so.
And you raised your eyebrows at my gingerbread turkey.
I mean, let's be honest.
Mine's better. Mine's way less crazy.
Yeah, so that was my childhood Thanksgiving.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All I can think of. Never mind. I'm not going down there. Anyway.
There's probably like video recordings somewhere of one of them.
Oh man. Well, if we make a Patreon, that will definitely be homeschool videos that
Yeah.
if John is willing to share.
Mhm.
Oh man.
I love
And if he's not, we'll still find a way of getting them.
Mhm.
So yeah. So anyway, things are going down in Centralia, Pennsylvania. Let's just say a childlike man who is causing all the disturbances is waddling around, and it's kind of getting to the night. Once again, like I know we've been doing this for a couple hours right now, but just to remind you, it is now Wednesday, the 24th, 1939. As I double check my notes, it is not 39, 34. 9 o'clock is when we started one of the recordings. I also had a mini heart attack as I sat there and thought, did I actually hit record on Audacity? And I did. We also have made it record time to getting to this spot.
Woo! Third time's a charm.
Yes. Also, no bussin' update yet. So,
Oh man.
but
if
anyway,
you're new to the podcast, go back a couple of episodes.
I think
and
it's
that'll
just
make
one
sense.
episode.
Just one.
Just one episode. But go back. Like you guys are still perfect amount of time to catch everything.
And it's real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
So
It'll make way more sense than starting in the middle.
It's true.
It really
yeah, don't start in the 30-minute mark of this episode. Because
No.
I don't even know what's gonna be at that mark.
will.
I'm curious. Oh, that's just a border around this character sheet. And I was like, why does this character sheet have 2 scroll bars? Yeah, let's get a little bit of music. Because it creepy time. Let's see, who do we want to start with? Let's see. You know what? Let's roll for this. I have a 1d6 here that I'm showing on camera. John, you're going to be 1-2. Elizabeth, you're going to be 3-4. And Nite, you're going to be 5-6. Did I say John twice?
No.
Okay.
John is 1-2. I'm 3-4. Nate is 5-6.
Nate's in a different game. This is Nite.
I said Nite. Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, so Nite, Caleb, you're sitting there and you just hear this voice. So, Caleb, you gonna come out?
So Caleb is kind of freaked out that this paper seems to be talking to him, and shakes himself like almost kind of like tries to shake himself awake type of thing, like thinking that, man, this guy really must have gotten under my skin real bad.
No.
Paper doesn't talk.
No, you can't get rid of me that easy.
Wait.
I'm
Why-
waiting.
The paper does not talk. This is not real. This can't be
I'm not
real.
Paper. I'm Uncle Buster.
But no, you're just a piece of. No, this is just a piece of paper in my hand. This can't be real.
Oh, hearts, souls, and minds. Hey, Caleb, you okay over there? We're setting the table.
Caleb's just continues to try to shake himself back to reality. It's like, wait, what just happened? Did you hear that?
Just heard you mumbling. And,
Just
Dad, like, your dad comes over, puts his, arm, his hand on your shoulder, and just like, must be working a little bit hard, dude. Son, after this, you better, why don't you just go home? Like, eat dinner with us, go home, get some rest, and,
yeah. I told Cora I was going to stop by the sheriff's before I went home after dinner, just to see what she planned on doing with this whole thing.
How about this? You can come in a little late tomorrow if you want to do that on your way in. It's I think I can see the bags around your eyes, and they're not for your keys and wallet, my friend. That I wouldn't call you my friend. I would call you my son.
I don't know. I still better check in. I feel I really got to check in with the sheriff on this. This is I don't know. I just felt like this paper was talking to me. It's weird. I mean, I know it can't, but it's just weird.
Mm-hmm. And like at this point, like your mom walks in, just like, oh well, you forget about that, dear. Here's the fastest cooking pot pie ever, and everyone, she like puts it down, and you guys all, it's like, come on, sit down, just put that paper away.
I fold it up and stick it in my pocket.
All right, and then
like folding it. He's like, I'm folding it like super tight, so like, there's no way I can see it.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of skipped over, but roll sanity.
Let's see. 47 under 58.
Okay. Well, you're fine. I think that's how it worked. Actually, no, I think. Well,
I mean, it's a
think
passing sanity check.
But... Yeah, I still think you're gonna at least take 1 from all that. You know what? There's also something that like we really haven't had a whole lot of luck rolls, for you guys to spend luck, and I keep forgetting there's like a whole mechanic. It's a alternate luck roll, which is really fun, where you guys roll luck at the beginning of a session, and if you don't pass your luck roll, you get to roll a 1d10 and add luck. So that way it's like a constant pool that is fluctuating. So that way you guys can spend it. I think since we do in bulk, we can do that like maybe at the beginning of like each bulk session. Okay. So we'll remember that next time. It just crossed my mind. And so yeah. So yeah, you sit down and eat dinner, and yeah, and it's good. It's good dinner, and they're like, you can tell. Oh, roll spot hidden.
Let's see. 16 under, what is that? 34.
Yeah, 34. Yeah, I was like, I think you're in the 30s. That's not a hard success, right? Yeah, that's still above half.
No.
Yeah, so like you notice like your mom is like a little worried and all that, and like from what she heard, like, well, what you may assume what she heard and stuff, and she looks in the eyes and just like, Caleb.
Yes.
I really do have a nice girl I would like you to meet.
Mom, do we have to do this now?
Look, you're not getting any younger. Look, I met your dad when I was in the ripe age of 16.
Not right now. It's Halloween. Not right now.
Okay. Well, if not now, after Halloween, for Christmas. All right. How about this? For Thanksgiving, we'll invite this family over. They're new, and she's about the same age as you, and I think it'd be good. So we can do that, and we can, we'll just see where it goes. Would you agree to be cordial, at least?
Oh, you know I'll be cordial. It's just
That's all I
Thanksgiving's
ask.
fine. Thanksgiving's fine.
I know, I'm cooking. It'll be more than
What
fine.
accessories are we having?
I don't know. That sounds like some weirdo word that may not even question his humanity would say that. I don't know why you would call side dishes accessories. Someone who says that might be locked up in a loony bin themselves.
Well, after this Halloween.
So, yeah, it's getting late, and like you guys are talking and all that. And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna put the tea on, and your dad looks over and is like, Caleb, I understand you. Really, if you show up late and want to talk with the sheriff in the morning, I won't hold it against you. I'll make sure to make note of it and I'll let Mr. Kelly know. But yeah, if you want to go there tonight, just be careful. And
I appreciate it, Dad, but I feel like I really need to talk to the sheriff tonight. This is just, I don't know, this is just so weird.
yeah. Well, do you think you can help me on Saturday morning with some of this getting that window fixed?
Yeah, we should be able. I should be able to do that.
Okay. So I don't know, like 9-10 o'clock. Does that work? Somewhere around there. I don't think it will take too long. Maybe we'll do that. Get you some lunch, and you can have the rest of the day.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll see you in the morning, Dad.
Yep. I'll see you, son. And then kicks you out of the door like like a child man. No. Yeah, sends you out, and yeah, you go that way. So the next, let's find out. 1 through 3, John. 4, 5, 6, Elizabeth. I wish this die would roll this high when I gotta roll damage. Anyway, so Cora, you are closing up the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting late. Yeah, it's well, yeah, we can say that it's already like you're turning it over to that, and
Yeah, so I think Cora, before or as she was closing up the shop, would have put together a little care package with a loaf of bread and a glass container of some juice, maybe some apple juice, some like cured meats that she knows won't go bad, maybe some nuts, maybe some like candied fruits, and a little like dessert treat. And would have put it, wrapped it in brown paper, and then put that in like a blanket with because it's starting to get cold. Maybe she would have put like a pair of socks and a little like winter cap in like a larger blanket, and then wrapped it up and tied it, basically making a care package that she's going to take to Percy. And so then she locks up the shop, and she actually goes by her in-laws first, because that is where she typically goes to have dinner before heading back to her house. Sometimes she'd check on her parents, but tonight she's going to go to Blake's parents' house to have dinner and to drop off Timmy and have them watch him for the evening, because she is going to head out to the spot where she leaves things for Percy to try and see if she can catch him this time.
Mhm. Question is your last name still Richmond?
Oh yeah. It wouldn't be. Blake's last name would be, oh
Hard
no.
cider.
What did you just say?
Hard cider.
No.
Soft
We're not
cider.
It's not Blake's
naming
hard
him
cider.
Blake's hard cider. This is not what we're naming him. Oh gosh darn it. Why didn't I come up with a last name?
We can work on it. So you close up the shop and you hear, hey, Cora.
Cora looks around.
Yeah, so there's a grim-looking woman, dark hair with like kind of flecks of gray in it, tired, but it's just she has other features that I want to make sure I say the right ones that I wrote down. Where did it go? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so she's grim, like she's a grim, like kind of thin looking woman, and but you know this as Penelope Green, uh, otherwise known as a nurse that has moved into the community about 5 years ago, and is now taken up kind of like the nurse doctor role of this town because at this point you really didn't have anyone staying in there filling the role, and she was a nurse in Philadelphia and just like sad to get away, and she is working, just helping, making sure that doctor visits and checkups and everything is up, so that way you don't have to go all the way to Mount Holly.
Mhm.
And so and she's like, hey, look, I know you're busy, and just wanted to make sure. Timmy, not Timmy, but yeah, Timmy. Sorry, long day. Timmy's still good for his checkup in the first week of November.
Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have it on the calendar there in the shop.
Okay, I am just you're on my way home, and I knew that you were about to be closing up soon, and yeah, we should just wanted to make sure we should have an opening sometime early on, but
Oh,
yeah.
well, thanks for checking in.
Yeah, just let me know in I don't know, in one of the mornings or something like that, where you know you ain't too busy. Just head on down, and yeah, we'll get Timmy taken care of. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, just what, 2, 3, right around there. You might have to get one of those booster things. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll have it all set up.
Okay. Might have to bring someone if we're doing another shot. He definitely fought us on the last one.
Yeah, we'll worry about that next week. Or yeah, I guess technically it would be next week. But yeah, we'll worry about that. Yeah, so don't worry. We'll make it sure. I think it's about, actually it'll be closer to like 2 weeks. Yeah, so second yeah, first Tuesday of the month. We'll take care of that, and
Sure.
and now I gotta make sure that I just didn't mess up the timeline.
All right. Thanks, Miss Green.
Yeah, we'll get you in there. What is this? Yes, it will be the second Tuesday of the month. So, or actually the first Tuesday. First Tuesday of the month, we'll get you in there and get a little Timmy set up, and we'll move on.
Okay. Thanks
Alright.
for checking in. I hope you have a good night.
Yep. You as well. And
Thanks.
she kind of just heads on into the into the darkness, as it's starting to get, it's definitely getting closer to dark now as the sun's starting to set.
Did that feel normal to me? That encounter with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She, you know that like she is grim, but you
Yeah.
also know that like as much as she'll be angry or put on the face of anger and like just what are you doing, you idiot?
Mhm.
Like she truly does genuinely care about the people she has to like take care of.
Okay.
And so and yeah, this wouldn't have been something that was out of normal, like
Okay.
y-
Out of character for
yeah,
her.
yeah. It's just like it was more of like, hey, just reminding you, things get busy. Like
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
and like she is a trusted person in the community. She's been there for about 5 years, and she's kind of like mid-30s.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just let y'all know, no, this is not the person that Caleb's mom was thinking of. So she might be single, but she is very
She's-
unwilling to mingle.
Old maid territory at this point.
I'm realizing I populated a lot of the NPCs as very tough women in their 30s, and then we'll keep getting older as tough women, depending on how things get rolled. If time goes on. But anyway.
Okay. So
yeah.
so Cora's gonna head over to Blake's parents' house, have a quick dinner with them, put Timmy down for bed, and then wants to head out to the spot where she leaves things for Percy.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know why, but it's just like I imagine that and now I'm forgetting your husband's
Blake.
name, Blake. Imagine that. I don't know. I don't know why, but I imagine Blake comes from like north, like the New England area. A few, and like what kind of work? He worked in the mines, but what do you think their parents did?
Yeah, probably similar, like working with their hands. Maybe his dad did more like construction or woodworking.
Actually, yeah, if you don't mind, that I was doing a little bit of research, and from Boston to that area, to Centralia and everything, they were actually working on. I think it was around this time, but I'm pretty sure there would have been upkeep and stuff. They were working. I don't think they made it there yet. I think it's in the 40s and 50s where they made the train station. They made the train lines to go and reach this area. So he could have been part of that work, and that's why he came down, because there was a guy who was looking to connect the East Coast, and he's actually the person that made the Trenton station.
Okay.
So yeah, that could have been something that he was working on, and
okay.
Yeah.
So we can go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like so Dad, you staying tonight, or you going with your parents? We just want to make sure we know what you're doing with Timmy.
Yeah, do you mind keeping him tonight? And then I'll come back. I have some errands to run. I need to catch up with an old friend. So it'd be helpful if you could watch him, and then I'll just stay over tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if you were planning on coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave the light on for you.
Thanks. I'll be quiet.
And now if you don't come back, like we can drop Timmy off at the store or watch him until you're done work. Like,
oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, gosh, it should be a quick one. I'm not expecting to be out, and I don't want to be away from Timmy. So, I'll be back. I'll be back.
And then like as you close the door, you just hey, Tim, bro, you want to listen to the mysteries? As they like turn on the radio, because I don't think TV was created then. So, and you hear like the radio kind of like, and welcome to Science Theater, and it's just kind of like as you kind of drift off and you walk away and you head towards the place. Are you? I guess from everything you were saying, and feel free to correct me, that you're gonna just wait there until.
Yeah, so I think Cora knows that like it's getting close to when she would usually drop something off, and I think over time she's gotten a sense that like Percy's probably close. And so I think her plan is to just go and like start talking into the void around her and see if she can get Percy to come out. So she doesn't have much of a plan, but she's gonna try to just see if and hope that he's nearby. And if he is, that she can get him to like come out and talk to her.
All right, like good example. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, so okay, so she gets there and she like, I'm imagining that it's some sort of like, campsite or, maybe there's a fire pit or something that they used to like play around or a semblance of an old fort that they had built as kids and so there's like a spot where she like, always like maybe it's a log or a rock or something where she leaves things. So she walks up and like places the care package down, but instead of leaving, she like turns around and like sits next to it and she starts talking and she goes, "Hey, Percy, I probably look like a crazy person right now because I don't even know if you're out there. I guess I don't even know if you've been getting all this stuff for all these years. I hope so. But listen, I know you don't like being around us. I know you've been away on purpose, but I really need you right now. I I think there's some stuff going on. And I don't know. I know you don't want to talk about it, but you know the anniversary is coming up and this circus is here. I probably sound so crazy. Gosh, I really hope he's listening.
Roll a listen check for me.
Okay. That should pass. Hold on, let's see.
Should be under languages.
Yeah, so it's a
Mhm.
7 under 40.
Okay. And yeah, you hear footsteps coming out of the woods to your side. And we're going to switch camera views for a second. We're going to go to Percival. Percival, as we said, you are up north, and for everyone that is walking around right now, it is getting cold. Like, it was already a crisp, as I said. Don't know why I keep using that word, but I heard it written somewhere. But it is starting to get nippy out, especially as temperatures are dropping, as the sun's beginning to get low. And you're still carrying this package, this heavy, like abnormally heavy package, and like sweat is starting to bead, and as the wind and stuff is starting to pick up, and like the warmth of the day, it seems that like you can feel like the wind across your face, like as your sweat is turning cold and everything, that it's getting rough. So the question I have for you is where like where in proximity of the town would this meeting place be? Like I wouldn't imagine, unless you want it to be, that it would be anywhere close to where the events of 10 years ago happened.
No, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it would have, close enough that like kids would have like gone off. So probably like far enough away that like, somebody wouldn't walk by, but close enough that they could probably hear people in the town. Probably, also if Cora's going there and dropping off food, like she's not, walking half an hour out into the woods. So I mean, probably like, like a 10-minute walk from the town.
All right, but like in the north section, or or the east, or like kind of between like one of the trails heading toward the coal mines, or I don't know. Looking at this, like we also got trails that are heading kind of east. That is just also just kind of like forest. I just want to just have us be able to picture it.
Yeah, I would say it's probably one of the trails that are kind of going off east. So it's something that's not heavily traversed, kind of a little spot that they had just found on their own that, nobody really
Okay.
knew about or walked past. So,
Yeah. And so okay, yeah, so it's taking you some time to get there. And yeah, it's taking you at least a couple hours. Like normally it would make you probably could get there like within an hour, at most two, but like your time is at least doubled with the weight of this package.
okay.
And so I'll ask you, do you know that you're getting close and all that, but like did you continue to carry this package there? Did you try to do anything else with it? Like
I probably would, or Percy would have carried the package there and then probably like placed it down or like kind of stowed it behind a tree or like in a hollow next to a tree, something like that, so he didn't have to keep carrying it. But he would have taken it to the location.
okay. I want you to roll a listen check.
Right. My listen is not as good. That is a 96 over 20.
Oh no.
Is that a crit fail?
Maybe.
Because I think
What's
if
the
it's under,
percentage?
I think it's. Let's see. I think that might be a crit fail.
Oh no.
Let's see. Rules. Oh, this is not what I was hoping to look for. Why is this not?
Rolls that are between 96 and 100 are critical failures.
I think if your skill is under 50%.
Okay.
So, okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a crit fail. So, you, as you're carrying this, and this is like you're trudging along, like it seems like this weight is getting heavier and heavier, and then you hear, like, how are you carrying this? This will just to paint the picture.
How big is it?
It is a rectangle, like probably about the size of like kind of like a Bible, like
Okay.
not like a big heavy Bible, but like one that you can like kind of hold in your hand, but it doesn't bend or it feels solid.
Right. So probably like 10 by 5 type dimensions.
Yeah, right around there.
All right. Then probably just like kind of wrapped both hands around it and just kind of like hold, like almost kind of like bracing it up on my hip, just kind of walking sideways, holding it that way.
And so you hear from the package just like, "Oh, bit me."
And Percy kind of keeps on walking. He's so tired. This thing is so heavy that he doesn't really even hear the voice.
A dumb one. Too stupid to listen.
And so he's walking along, and thinks that, it's kind of one of those, like, just thinking that it was stray thoughts in his head. Like he's really not paying any attention other than just one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, well, that worked. And then it's like, I don't know, a couple minutes of silence, and then you hear Percival Flanagan. Or would you prefer Johnson?
And so hearing the name Percival, because he hates the name Percival, he hates it so much, that kind of snaps him out of his fatigue. And he kind of like stops and looks around a little bit, seeing if there's anybody nearby that he had missed.
Roll spot hidden.
Right, that is a 50 under 81.
All right. And you don't see anything living, human-wise, like that's sticking out. Once again, you hear like, "Where are you looking? You've been holding me, Percival."
And he slowly looks down at the book with kind of a confused look on his face. And then,
go ahead. Yeah.
no, I was gonna say, then he just kind of like shakes his head and continues walking.
Oh, yes. Just like everything you've done in your life. Ignore what you don't understand. Push away things that could help. Chase things that could hinder. Don't worry. You don't even know if I'm real. I'll go to sleep now.
And at that point, Percival kind of drops the book and slowly like backs up a couple of steps, like staring at it.
Yeah. It's like it lands with a heavy thud. And it's nothing. Like
Nothing. After a couple of seconds, not hearing anything, he kind of walks back over and, pokes it with the toe of his shoe a little bit, kind of, moves it around.
Yeah, well, with the great weight and everything, pushing it all that, it's like you're not sure. Well, yeah, there's no voices. Nothing is talking, but that great weight is still there.
Right.
You feel kind of refreshed, but the great weight is still there.
Okay. All right. Well, feeling kind of like he got a second wind. He kind of mutters to himself, like, I must be going crazy. And he picks up the book, feeling the weight of it, kind of struggles it back into the position he was holding before and continues walking.
All right. And I probably should really have you be saying these earlier, but roll sanity.
Yeah. That is a 44 under 48.
Okay.
Whoa,
Yep, you're fine.
close.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you keep making your way, and you're getting closer now to where Cora normally drops off the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You see Cora. You also see someone else behind her.
All right. Seeing that, I kind of like step behind a tree, like off to the side of the path. I put the book down at the foot of the tree, and then I kind of just watch.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cora, behind you, it's a light source. And as you walk out, and you know, well, yeah, no, you notice it, and do you say anything?
So I heard a noise and
You-
then I just see a light.
You heard like it was footsteps, like you heard footsteps
Okay.
coming out of the woods, but it's like a lantern or light that somebody is holding.
Okay. Hello? Percy, is that you?
No,
Oh. Um,
it's
I,
and they hold up the light, and it's Miss Hudson, Mora Hudson, the person
oh.
that gave you the very terrible face paint as a child.
Oh my gosh, Miss Hudson, whew, you scared me.
Yeah,
Um,
you scared me. I just heard talking in the woods. It was very confusing. Is
oh,
everything okay?
yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. I come out here sometimes. Um, it's peaceful.
And she like kind of points to the care package. Like, it's not the only thing you do out here. I'm not going to ask. I won't pry. I know how childhood friends are. And just be careful. And remember, if you need to talk to someone, you're always welcome at the curfew. Just we're gonna bring Timmy along. We'll give him one of those kids meals. My husband, he found this new thing called crowns. Crowns? I don't know. Kids like
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And
Timmy loves
now
them.
I am wondering if when crowns were created. But yes, if you're welcome there. But everything okay, child?
Yeah. Yeah, no, of course. Um, just needed some fresh air tonight.
This is good. I found out that they were created about 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So we are safe. I did not break the time continuity.
I'm sure Timmy would love to come over. It's been a while since we've been over there, so we'll make a point to come over sometime this week.
Okay, maybe you come over. We got some weird short man child weirdo for circus. Maybe
Oh,
we all can go together.
oh, are you going? Have you?
Eh,
Yeah.
it's a weird, but you know how Dean is, or Mr. Hudson. Uh, he always has to give someone a chance.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'd be more fun if we all went together.
Yeah, I think they said it open up Friday or Saturday. We talk. Okay, I'll stop
Sure.
by store. We'll make plan.
Yes, sounds good. It's good to see you, Miss Hudson.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, she heads out, and she hold on, let me roll. Yeah, she walks by where Percy is hiding, and doesn't notice a thing. Actually, roll stealth.
That is a 5 under 50.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Because she failed. Yeah, so we're going to shift from that scene. And Caleb, you are now coming to the sheriff's office. You see a familiar sight. It's the sheriff's office is kind of in the town hall area. I think it's kind of an office that is in the actual town hall building, and you notice a light coming from a window that you're like, oh, yep, she's still in, and yeah, you're able to make your way in there, and yeah, the complete office is empty, and it's just her sitting there, and there's like,
I kind of had a feeling that over the years he's made this visit plenty of times to see her sitting in the office that way.
yeah, and she's like, Caleb, I know that it's getting close to the anniversary, and I don't have anything new, but what do you need?
Well, I was hoping you might have something, but this is. I mean, it might be related. I don't know. It's. I don't know how. It's about that weird guy that was at the general store this afternoon, and I mean, yeah, I don't blame you for throwing him out the way he tried to play you, but I mean, I kind of feel like you don't like him either, and I don't know. It just feels like something really weird is going on with this guy. I mean, traveling circus just kind of shows up out of nowhere. That usually we hear about these types of things way in advance, and I don't know, this just feels weird.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna be putting some calls in tomorrow to some of the local stations, see if they heard about this group. It's kind of weird that they did show up out of nowhere, but look, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm not sure if you even heard about the missing people cases from the surrounding towns. Fortunately,
Yeah, Cora
mhm,
mentioned something about that. I mean, that just makes it even weirder, don't you think?
everything when it comes to this time is weird.
Well,
Anything,
that's probably true.
and probably being a little bit on edge is probably good for us, but we gotta, as my dad says, we gotta give people chances. So, as much as I
Oh,
don't like him, his production might be good for the town. But still, you're close with Cora. Just see, maybe just make sure you help each other out a little bit more during this time. You know, like
well,
you two were the only two eyewitnesses. Who knows? Just of that event. If you guys notice something, you two might be. Well, I guess it's the third one. If the missing rascal decides to come back, maybe between the three of you guys, you might be able to spot something that we can't because, well, we weren't there.
well, can I tell you? I don't know who else to tell this to. That I think you might be the only one that might even believe me on this. But I pull out the piece of paper that's all folded up, and it's like it just hands it to her. Like, I don't know how to tell you this, but when I was over at my parents for dinner, I think this paper started talking to me, and I don't understand it, but I don't know. Are you gonna at least check out this? Go ahead and check them out and make sure there's nothing shady going on out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a few of my deputies over there. Just a quick overview. I just hope this isn't a Giuseppe scheme. I don't know. That man, I don't understand how he's been in office for a lifetime times 5. But I don't know. This kind of also has his blueprints on it. So we'll send some people over. We're gonna check it out. But yeah, I'll keep you informed. It's try to keep everyone informed. This is, as you know, everyone's a little tense around Halloween.
Yeah, I mean yeah, it's been rough, but I mean I hope there's nothing going on, but at the same time it's the whole thing just feels so wrong.
Hmm. Um, have you you might want to talk with Father Bailey about what you told me. I don't know if you still go to mass or anything, but he might be able to. He might have a finer touch on things like this. If you want, I can hold on to this paper, and unless you really want to keep it.
Maybe it'll do something for you too. I don't know.
How about
I didn't even take any of his flyers. I think the weird, what is he, Uncle whatever he called himself. I think he
Uncle?
managed to just slip it into my pocket somehow. I don't know how he did it, but I didn't take it, but take his flyer, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you hold on to it. And
How about this? It sounds like you had a weird event. Are you attached to this? Like,
attached to the
like,
flyer?
yeah, like, do you care if it stays intact?
Oh no, but like Caleb would rather find out what's going on with it than I very much. It's Caleb is more on the science side. There's got to be an explanation, and would rather find out an explanation than think that this thing should stay intact.
And so she's like, okay, well, let's do this. And she like kind of opens up one of her desk drawers, pulls out a lighter, and lights it. And it just kind of burns up. And just like, if there's one thing that I don't need now is people, no matter how much they pester me about certain things that I don't know information about. You are also one of the few people I can trust. You're a good man. And I don't need you stressing about something about this. Honestly, go talk with Father Bailey. He might have some information, or maybe something that can help you. I know you're more of a science type and not much religious, but
Well, I mean, I guess it can't hurt.
yeah, he's been here for a while, and he does care about the community. I trust him.
All right. Well, Dad said I can take a little bit of time in the morning, so I guess I'll go over there tomorrow morning.
Okay, that sounds good. Caleb, stay safe. Okay.
All right. All right. Thanks, and yeah, just let me know if you find anything. And I don't know. I think Cora wants to go out there to investigate, but I really hope we don't have to. It just I've got a bad feeling about it, and I'm not going to let her go out there alone for sure. But I really don't want to go out there.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Go get some rest, and Caleb, can you do one thing for me?
Sure.
And you lock the door on the way out.
All right. And you stay safe as well. And I turn to go out and lock the door on the way out.
All right. Yeah, and you do that. If like all the doors are glass, so if you, I don't know, if you want to see if you spot anything or anything like that, you can feel free to roll spot hidden. But if you think you just leave,
I feel like Caleb just he just does locks the doors and heads out, because I feel like he's talked to the sheriff enough that he trusts what she's going to do, and at least enough to not try spying on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just as a reminder for you and all the players, like she was the one that like was shooting the entity like in the head, and like was the one that chased after it and somehow survived. So like she saw but wasn't fully able to understand the whole everything. And so yeah, let's so you're gonna head home, and then let's just shift back Percy.
So after Mrs. Hudson left and Cora was sitting by herself, Percy's going to silently walk up behind her.
Hey.
Do you want me to do any checks on that? Or?
Yeah, roll stealth, and let's see. I'm not sure if it'd be a listen or do spot hidden. Cora.
She's rolling.
both of you guys are. It's going to be contested to see if she notices you.
All right.
So the way while you guys roll your checks,
Hmm.
I'm not 100% sure if this is how it works. I know this is how it works in Delta Green, but pretty much this is the way I'm going to just call it now, is that you're going to roll your stealth, and Percy's going to roll stealth, Cora is going to roll spot hidden, and if one fails and succeeds, the person who succeeds will either spot or stay hidden. If you both succeed, whoever gets the higher number will be the one who wins this contest, like the contested roll. And then if you both fail, well, we'll cover that when that happens.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 74 over 50 for stealth.
Okay.
And I rolled a 70 over 50 for spot hidden.
Okay. Cool. Well, neither of you guys crit failed, so
Yeah.
yeah. So Corey, you like hear and see nothing. You're just like I don't know if you're just still thinking or just a little in shock of
Yeah, probably
Mora
still
coming
freaked
out of the
out,
woods.
Yeah.
And and there's all that, and then as Percival, as Percy, as you're making your way around, you just like maybe your footing slips a little bit, and as you go to catch yourself, like you don't make any noise, but there's this loud, heavy thud as you drop this package on the ground. Like it breaks like a bunch of sticks, and just this loud, heavy thud. And you look up, and Cora turns around. You guys see each other.
Percy? Is that really you? Cora doesn't wait. She just like runs over to him and like wraps her arms around him.
Percy stands very stiffly and just kind of stands there not saying anything.
So Cora like steps back and like cups his face with her hands. She's like, Percy. Oh my gosh, it's really you. After all these years, you're here? Have you gotten all the things? Was it always you who was taking it?
Percy kind of like pushes her hands away off of him and like takes a couple of steps back and then still doesn't say anything, just kind of stares at her a little bit.
Are you okay? Did you forget how to talk?
No.
Oh gosh. I was gonna say, it hasn't been that long. And I know you're around. I can feel you.
Percy's just Percy at this point, he's now kind of uncomfortable with the direct eye contact, and so he realizes what he was doing and is sort of now just like furtively kind of like looking around anywhere but Cora, just kind of fidgeting nervously.
So I think Cora is very sensitive to all of this, and she's like, oh, look, I brought you some things. And she like turns away, kind of like motioning for Percy to follow her, but like walks over to the care package and like starts untying it and like talking through like, look, I brought you some food, and I know it's getting cold. I'm sure you have everything that you need. I'm sure you're taking good care of yourself, but I brought you some socks and a hat and a new blanket, and she's just kind of like busying herself with pulling everything out for him.
Percy took a couple of steps following her, but still stops kind of a distance away and is just sort of, silently letting her prattle on.
So I guess, she like turns around and like hands him the bread. It's like, here.
He takes it and kind of mutters thanks while he's tearing off chunks and just kind of like shoving it in his mouth, like just kind of rudely, not really paying attention to her.
So she stops and is like being very direct now. And says, Percy, it's been 10 years. I haven't seen you. You haven't shown up. You've never come out.
Percy interrupts her and says, the brick.
The brick?
And he holds up the package and holds it up and kind of like it's heavy, so he's like struggling to hold it, but he like shows her.
What is that?
I don't know. I got it in a chest.
A chest? From who?
Over at the circus.
The circus.
There was a chest with a weird symbol on it. It was like an eye and a snake. And then I got this brick out, and it's real heavy. It's so heavy. And I tried to open it, but when I untied the string, it retied itself. And then I untied the string, but it retied itself. That can't happen.
It's okay.
How does that happen?
Cora like touches his arm, or like reaches out to like touch his arm. Almost like in a soothing, like motherly gesture. But like kind of squats down. I'm assuming you like put the book on the brick on the ground and like squats down next to it. And she just says, something weird's going on, Percy. That circus is bad news. And like starts she's not gonna touch it, but starts like visually inspecting the rectangle.
And while that happens, Percy's like, as when I found it, I wanted to throw it away and just walk away, but then I thought of you, and I knew you'd want to see it, and so this was the only place I knew to come that I could see you and give it to you, but I don't want it. I don't know what it is, but I don't want it.
Cora like looks up at him and smiles, and she says, I knew you weren't gone.
Percy kind of like smiles a little bit. He's like, I'm never gone. I see everything. I see everyone. I'm always watching.
Percy, I don't think we're done. I don't think our story's done yet.
Done with what?
Everything that happened with Sally?
Percy like violently shakes his head and says, "No, I'm done."
I don't know. No, Percy, there's a reason that you're here. Something's going on. I've felt it for years. No one will listen to me, but we're here. I can feel that something's happening, and now you're here. And the circus and this thing, we have to figure it out.
I don't think I can do it again.
Can you both roll?
No.
Mhm.
All right. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, can you both roll listen?
I have 23 over 20.
I have a 66 over 40.
So
John, you could push yours.
You can push,
Oh, that's right.
or
I forgot.
you can spend luck.
Yeah.
How does push work again?
Push means that
Roll.
you're gonna re-roll, but you have to, since technically I'm asking you to roll this, and rather than just do
Or you can use your luck
normally
to drop it.
normally you
Yeah.
can use your luck, but if you push it, it would be the same thing. But
I will.
you could
Yeah,
re-roll it, but
I'll use luck.
normally when you push a roll, you would be saying how you're gonna try this thing, like whatever you're trying to do differently.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I'll spend luck on it.
okay, so was that 2 points?
3
or
points.
three
Yeah,
points?
3 points to get it to 20.
Okay, and so you hear real faintly, it's just like, oh, it's late, isn't it great? No one will know what goes on in the woods.
Percy, hearing that, he darts his eyes kind of like wide in surprise and looks at Cora. And
What's
it's,
wrong?
did you hear that?
No. What did you hear?
There's somebody out here.
Cora looks around.
She's like you. She can't hear. Oh, what are you gonna do with this package, my dear Percival?
You don't hear that?
No, Percy, who's talking to you?
I don't know. They said my name. And Percival's,
Cora's
looking around, like
yeah.
darting around, like trying to find the source of the voice.
Yes. She'll never hear. She'll never know. And Cora, I'll let you re-roll since he's pointing this out if you want to try to make another listen check.
All right, let's try new dice.
She'll never hear us.
That's so much worse. That is an 84 over 40. So
I'll let you push it. Because this is
I risk something though, right? If I fail worse.
Yeah, it will be if you do it, something bad could happen.
I mean, at this point, bad things are happening all around. Okay, there we go. All right, that's a 34 under 40.
Okay. And then you just hear, she can't hear us, Percival. She'll never will. Unless she has the will. Oh.
Percy, I hear it.
Hello there, Cora.
You hear it? It said your name.
Who are you?
That's not important, but I want to be free.
Well, it is important if you want to be free.
I can't explain what has no name. And it might cause some to go insane.
Oh, good. He speaks in poetry.
Do we hear where the voice is coming from, or is it just kind of?
It's coming from the rectangle. It's just like
Percy.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say Percy. Hearing it come from the rectangle, just kind of silently points at it, and then looks at Cora with kind of wide, verging on terrified eyes.
Cora puts her hand up, it's okay, and then was already kind of kneeling down, looking at the rectangle, and so starts talking to it, like a crazy person does. So you live in this box?
Not by choice. Don't worry. Things will become clearer as the days go on. Things from beyond. And things, well, you might find out.
Percy kind of blurts out, "What are you? What do you want?"
I told you what I want, child. Listen here, Percival, I want to be free. And if I could give you one piece of advice, beware of the child. And that is all.
The child.
And it feels like a presence has left. Both of you roll sanity.
Cora's like, no. Come back.
No, you still have to roll sanity.
I know, I still have to roll sanity. No, I'm not using those dice. Those dice failed me.
That is
Oh, that's cocked.
36 under 48.
Ooh, all right. That is 13
Okay.
under something 68.
Yeah, both of you guys are going to take 1 point of sanity.
Whoops, sorry.
No, you're
Every
fine.
time.
I know, I keep doing it.
It's all good. You're fine.
What's
So,
really weird about that is earlier you managed to roll the same thing through that roll that you rolled with
You
the
actually
actual
rolled-
dice.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I was really confused how you did that.
Oh man, if I had rolled it, I would have gotten an extreme success.
so what do you guys do?
No. Percy, where did you find this?
I said it was in a chest at the circus where they're putting the tents up. It was in the back of a cart.
We have to take this to Sheriff Hudson.
You take it to Sheriff Hudson.
No, Percy, I'm not leaving you alone.
I don't think you understand. I can't go see the sheriff.
Percy.
The sheriff and I don't exactly get along.
I know, but I know Sheriff Hudson.
So
Okay.
you go see the sheriff.
I'm not leaving you here.
I'm fine.
No. A brick talked to you tonight. You're not fine. You're not
The
fine.
brick talked to you too.
And I'm not fine.
All right, listen. You can't carry this brick anyway. It's way too heavy. This is what we'll do. I'll carry it to wherever you want to talk to the sheriff. I'll leave it on the porch or whatever, and then I'll go.
No. You're going to bring it to my store, and you're staying overnight at least. We need to talk to Caleb about this, because he
What
was
does
looking
Caleb
into
have to
some
do
stuff.
with this?
Caleb has been equally interested in figuring this out. Well, maybe not equally, but he's one of the few people that'll talk to me about it.
Well, that's perfect then. You and Caleb can take this brick. You can go talk to the sheriff, and I can go back to what I do.
Question.
One night.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Cora, do you want to try picking the brick up?
Yeah, actually. So I think what Cora does is she grabs Percy's wrist and like leans down to try and pick up the book so that she can like take both of them and like drag them back to her store.
All right. You pick it up with no problem whatsoever. This weight that he was talking about, you don't feel it.
Percival just kind of like dumbly like stares at the brick in her hands.
Listen, it's not that I don't believe you. I absolutely believe you. But this just proves that something crazy, something scary, something bigger than us is going on, and we can't do it by ourselves. So come on, let's go. You're coming with me. I'm not letting you go back out there by yourself.
Percival just kind of stands there, like still staring at the package, just slowly shaking his head.
It'll be okay, Percy. We'll figure it out, and then we don't have to worry about it ever again.
And that's where we're going to call it a night. Because it's really late. Thank you guys for playing. I hope you all enjoyed this longer episode. But the last thing, no matter what happens, this is the thing that I'll just close on as we go to the clock. And it is now Thursday, October 25th. And the other thing, 6 days until Halloween. See you next week, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.